Hello friends, welcome to Help Me Coder, the channel which talks about technology and helps the coder community out there. And in this series of Power Automate, we have already done 4 videos of Power Automate. You can go check them out. In today's video, we are going into the next step. We are going to look into what are the different types of cloud flows. There is an automated cloud flow, instant cloud flow, and scheduled cloud flow. So we are going to see the differences between them. We will be also creating our first automated cloud flow. In previous video, we did our first demo, but this one we are going to create an automated flow. Last time we discussed trigger and action, but where we are going to see when are these different kind of flows used, what is the use case around them. So let's quickly jump in. So from the cloud flow perspective, we have 3 kind of flows. First one being the automated flow. Automated flow happens when an event is triggered automatically in the background. So example can be you have an email, and in that email of yours, any email that comes, you will be extracting the attachment that is part of that email and you will save it in OneDrive. So this is happening in the background. You are not monitoring the email. So Power Automate will does that all the background monitoring for you. Whenever that email comes in which has an attachment, it will take out that attachment and save it into OneDrive. Other option can be that, for example, you have a SharePoint list and anybody inserts a data in it or modifies a data into that list, and you want to be triggered for whatever it has been done over there, or you want to send email out whenever that particular line item is changed in SharePoint. So these are automated. You don't have to monitor them. It happens automatically. You just have to set up it and then it will happen automatically. The second flow is the instant cloud flow. This is another scenario where you don't want things to happen automatically. Maybe you have a button in your form and you want to click that button and then you want to run certain steps. So example can be that you have a button in your Teams and whenever you click that button, you want to send an update email. Other example can be you have a Power Apps app developed in Power Apps which have a button. When you click that button, you want to trigger something. So these are certain examples where you want to make sure that the flow gets triggered only when you click something or when you do some action manually, not automated. So this is second type. Third option can be that you want a scheduled flow. So you want to run a particular flow or check something at a specific point of time. So example can be that you want to run a report at every day 9 a.m. So what you want to do, you will create a schedule flow that will trigger automatically at 9 a.m. and it will go and do something in the action part. It will go and do something and it will generate the report from there. So this is called a schedule flow. So let me show you how these flow look and what are the different things you can choose when you are selecting these flow. So we have opened our make.powerautomate.com, and in this website, if you click on create button or if you click on my flows, you can reach to the different type of flows that you can create. So let us start with clicking on this create button over here on the left hand side. You can see that you can start your cloud flows either by creating it as an automated cloud flow, instant cloud flow, or a scheduled cloud flow. You are clicking on scheduled cloud flow. So as in when you start this flow, it will ask you when you want to run this flow. So you will give a flow name and you will choose when this flow is scheduled. So you can say, okay, I want to schedule the flow starting from this day at particular this time, repeat every how much minute, 1 minute, every 1 minute, every 1 hour, day. So you have to choose all these options. So once you choose this, so I will just give it this name, for example. So it will run every minute. So I want to change it every week. So every week on which day, I want to say it will run only on Tuesday and Friday. So you can go till this granularity on when this flow will run. So this is automated. Now if you choose instant cloud flow, you will again give the flow name, but here you will choose how this instant cloud flow will be triggered. So you see this icon, click icon. So you have to click over here somewhere. So you can say manually trigger a flow, or when a Power App calls a flow. So when there is a button in Power App that will call a flow. So there are different for a selected message in Microsoft Teams. So there are different options that you can choose from here for an instant cloud flow. Then there is an automated cloud flow. So this is automated, means some trigger will happen automatically behind the scene and this flow will run. So if you will give a name and you will choose what kind of trigger you are anticipating. So here if you see, it says when an item is created in SharePoint, or when a file is created in OneDrive, or when a new email arrives in your Gmail. All these are, or when a new task is created on the planner, all these are kind of like events that will happen that will trigger these automated cloud flow. So hope you got an understanding on the different type of flows, when to use what. Now we will do a quick demo on a particular type of flow, so that at least it gets you started on how you're gonna use your flows. So now let us create our first automated flow, and to do that we will come over here at our create section. We'll click on automated cloud flow, and this screen will come up where it will ask you to provide what is your triggering point. And what we are going to create is that you place a particular file inside your Dropbox, like any kind of file, and then that is the trigger point. So you place a file that gets triggered, and what it will do after that, what is the action? So basically when the file is created, we want to check what kind of file it is. Maybe we will check if it is JPG file, and once it is a JPG file, we will say okay, then we will take that file and we will send it as an email to a mailbox. But if you put any other kind of file other than JPG, which is like Excel, Word, or any other kind of file, then no operations would be performed. So that is something that we want to do. So we will name our flow as first automated flow, and then we will search for our trigger, which is a Dropbox trigger. So we'll just search for Dropbox. Okay, so this one looks more close, when a file is created. So I will say okay, when a file is created, I want to create this flow. So now when the trigger is created, you need to set up the trigger. So here my connection to my Dropbox is already there, but if your connection is not showing up, you need to make sure that the connection is set up first. Once the connection is set up, then you come over here, you can click on this open folder command. It will show you your Dropbox. Then you go to the file which you want to connect this action to. Say imagine I want to connect it to my attachment folder. So anything inside my attachment gets uploaded, then we will want to run this flow. So that is the triggering point that I have created. Now what is the trigger? So I want to check whether the file is JPEG or what kind of file format it is. So I will add a control over here. So there are different kind of controls. Don't worry about it. We'll go about all of these controls in our future video. But for this case, we are going to check a condition. And what is our condition? Our condition is what kind of format of the file is. So I will select condition over here, choose a value. Now I will talk about these two important pieces later. But right now, just to let you know, this one, the first one is to insert. So basically you can search some properties from your previous setup. So imagine your previous setup was when a file is created, you want to run these things. You can search from when a file is created what you want to check. So I want to check the content type of the file, because I want to see what kind of content type it is. And based on the content type, if it is equal to, say imagine I would say if it is equal to JPEG. Okay, so I don't know, I mean I might be wrong on the content type. We will see later how to debug that also. But if it is JPEG, what I want to do is I want to send the email. So I will search for email over here, send an email v2 I will choose. When I choose this, I want to type in the email address where I want to send this image. So I would say, so I will choose a temporary email. So this is a temporary email box. I will copy this to my clipboard and I will paste it over here, and then I would keep it as subject as, and then I would provide a body maybe over here. The image name is, and I can choose again this, and I can find the name of the image, which I think so is the file name over here. So I just select that property and I will get the file name. Then I also want that file, actually the actual file. So I will choose advanced parameter, select attachment, and then if you see over here, I will click on add new item, and in the add new item, let me choose, I will select the name of the file. So the name of the file is again the file name, attachment content. I will choose over here content is content would be file content, and that's it. So that is what all I need. Then if the file is not JPEG, I want to do something over here, you can leave it blank as well, but for now I will just say compose action. Compose is some kind of data operation where you can do a lot actually. For now over here I am just writing a message, file is not JPEG. So this will just print the message over here, file is not JPEG. So this is a very simple automate flow that we are trying to run over here. I will save this flow. Once I'm saving it, now we do not test this flow. So to test this flow, so I would say I've already saved it. I will go back. So the flow is created. This is the main screen of that flow. Now I will come to the Dropbox and I will upload a file. So imagine I upload this file over here again. So now the file is getting uploaded over here. Now the file is uploaded. Now once the file is uploaded, I have to see whether the workflow has kicked off. So to see the workflow has kicked off or not, we will see. Okay, so now see the workflow has run successfully. Let's see what happens. If I open the workflow, you see this condition true, this condition okay true. What happened to the condition? Oh, it didn't went to send an email. So that is false. It went to compose section. So we have to find out what is the issue with this flow. Why it didn't went into the compose section? Why the condition was false? So condition has expression result is false over here. Why? So when you go to file is created, you see the output of the file. What it is sending as a content type. So content type it is sending as image and JPEG. What I selected was not image and JPEG. What I selected was JPG. So I have to change this content type, and if I go back to the condition, I will have to edit this flow. If I edit this flow, I have to change this to image and JPEG. I will save this flow again and I will test this flow from here itself. What I will do is I will test it automatically with a recently used trigger. So I will use the existing trigger and test it again. So if this is the easiest way to test your flow, very fast. File is created already. Now you will see that it is checking the condition to see, okay, this time see it went into the right track, which is sending an email. Now this email has come. So let me go to the temporary email box and see whether the email has come. Okay, so we'll see that email has come or not. Okay, so this one is, see the image has come and the image has an attachment. So if I open the file, you will see that the image name is this, and the image JPEG is the file, is the image name, and then attachment is also there in this particular very file. So you can click on the attachments and this is the attachment. So that's the easiest automated flow that we can do. So thanks for watching the part 5 of our Power Automate series, and I hope you would have learned something new over here today, where we learned about different type of Power Automate flows. Do remember to hit the like and subscribe button on our channel. This definitely will keep us motivated to keep creating awesome content for the future videos. Thanking once again. See you from helpmecoder.